Jacksonville, Florida. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Connor on the toss left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
Roethlisberger's pass complete to Juju.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up second down.
He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Yannick Ngakoue has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping a tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. He's got the first down here inside the 30, and he'll be taken down at the 26. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Solid carry there by Leonard Fournette, and last year he achieved his career high in rushing yards with nearly 1,200. Ranked 4th in the AFC, 7th in the NFL. Loves to carry the football and gets stronger as the game goes on.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on.
9 yard attempt.
The kick by Lambo is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10. Their own 20.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
It's a foot race. The 40, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. 78 yards, and the Steelers have taken the lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone, and the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
At at their own 24-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Minshew throwing complete to Westbrook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st. It'll be Minshew again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Laviska Shenault, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece.
Jacksonville.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And 4 out of the gun. It's Roethlisberger. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Minshew sets to throw. Flush to his right. Connection made with Chenault. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
This defense really thrown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Westbrook now on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Gardner Minshew and the Jags ready to go on offense once again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
They juked him, and he'll be out of bounds grounds right around the 20. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll be brought down and looks like right at the 15. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Here again comes Gardner Minshew. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
That is caught at the 7. They will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead now up to 14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop it underneath here to Snell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the Steelers first down.
Here's Snell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
And he's going to use his legs here.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Steelers.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
And 7 yards to go.
Roethlisberger will throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Jaguars take over.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Now Minshew to Thompson on the screen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Laviska Chenault, the rookie, his intended target. And that'll bring up second down. His throw incomplete. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Break on the coverage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to complete this to Chenault. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll look to throw again. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Laviska Chenault with his second touchdown here in this this first half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
Josh Lambo to kick.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep here for Ebron. That's going to be knocked away. Incomplete. So we reach halftime, and what's been due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
23-yard line.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10.
A run with Fournette there as he'll push this forward for about 4 on 1st down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here. this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now. The pitch to Fournette. Able to slither by. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
We call a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
He completes it to Westbrook. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Minshew with a give to Fournette. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Leonard Fournette. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars! Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard lines, and the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Steeler first down.
A run for Snell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Steeler ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's Snell on 3rd down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, Three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this one's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got some space here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On 2nd and 1, Minshew firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Again, it's Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville.
They're going to run again with Snell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Snell, the ball carrier.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Out right, he gets this one to Switzer. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Another Jaguars.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Jaguars. First down. First and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Fournette on the toss to the right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
48. Steelers 10.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this way, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now, after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one goes is incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Fournette, a 1st down carry, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A toss running left, Fournette. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
2nd and 16.
Here's Minshew.
Connection made with Chenault.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 16. Minshew sets to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because it certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out in the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Ben Roethlisberger's sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack on 1st down, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he hits his tight end, Ebron.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
17 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And they get to it with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, they continue to put themselves in position for a 1st-round bye.